8:30 p.m. It's not really the reason why I came out here. Where'd you go? Wait, a squirrel. I was throwing a fit out here. I think it ran off once I started walking up here. Yeah. Unfortunately, my presence has been taken notice of. Now let's examine just where this one is actually flying towards. Yeah, it's not coming out nowhere near as good as what I'd like. Yes, I could have done a little bit more of a professional job with this by not walking into the woods, but observationist, and I take in all styles of observations. With that, having the exception of humans, which I don't really care to watch nor record. And this dude, he just did a flight trajectory remaneuvering. It is not on the same course of flight as what it was. So that right there should be clear evidence that this is not a typical aircraft flying a typical course, as it once again has changed its trajectory. So we shall, you know, there we go. There we go, that's better. Now, is that the same one or a different one? Got other things that's going on out here that I have been sort of somewhat observing. So, yeah. A little bit of distraction. Oh boy, that's cutting right across there. I have a couple of cats that really trying to get my attention. I came out here due to the chattering of a squirrel. I apologize for that portion of woodland nothingness. I think I shall wander towards the north side of the apartment complex, and we shall see what is happening in that location. Right now, I'm recording, so
Gotcha.
Yeah, we got us what I call is a no-see-em.
Stop. Oh my God, I got a grip.
One of my downstairs neighbors. Our dog's in the car. Really nice pup. Yeah, this neighbor and I, we've gone on a couple of excursions together, and more than likely this dog is wanting my attention. Hi guys. Hi. Whoops, sorry about that. But anyways, so boy, a lot of difficulties here with the focusing tonight. Sorry for the noise of the car. Just got a kind of a loud exhaust. Possibly the muffler. I think she wanted to ask me a couple of questions, so. But anyways, the majority of this is all clearing up to where more than likely we will be having, once again, a dirty sky, or what I claim as being a dirty sky. And I also have a cat right down at my feet, right out here in the parking lot, so I need to get him out of here. But I'm going to pause this and we'll continue. Unless, of course, this should happen to get stopped at some point. It has happened before. Alright, I'm pausing this.
See the light?
Yeah, there was a nice glinting of something up here, and it might have been something I've recorded before that is very,
God,
very startling.
this is very bad
Anyways,
bug season or something. Jesus,
it's all the
all
moisture.
over.
Alright, continuing on at 8:56 p.m. So almost 9 o'clock, which typically 9:15 is when we will get our most colorful cloud displays. I am like very wore out. It's been a very, very busy day. Of course, I had this little sidebar conversation with a resident from downstairs, and what she wanted to alert me of was the fact that, well, she asked me if I had seen the drone that was in the sky the other day. No. That was my reply. And so she basically described where it was, which if I was over on the other side of the building once again, I'd be able to approximately point out the location of which she pointed out herself. Well, yeah, she stated that a drone was over the treetops facing towards the apartment complex and was just hovering nearby a tree. Well, rarely do I do any observations from the north side of the building. If I am on the north side of the building, typically it's just because I'm on my way out here or headed downtown. But yes, as we were standing out there in the parking lot, it was rather strange because all of a sudden there was something that had popped in the sky. Just a real quick glimmer of what looked like a reflection of light from a metallic aircraft. But then again, um, usually it's not just a pop and gone. You know, you can see the reflection of light from the hull or body of a craft for a couple of seconds, and that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but so anyways, yeah, I guess it was like right up in here where she stated that the drone was, right around this area, right in here. Um, I think we'll go ahead. Yeah, and we do have a lot of other stuff that kind of smoky looking stuff all along the bottom. See that? And that's all creeping. Yeah, it's more like a smokiness that is slowly creeping and filling the sky, and well, it's going to cover all this stuff here up. The reason why I am down here in the parking lot recording this is because there's not much that's going on from what we can see up at the balcony. Oh, and I've got this cat back here once again. Come on, come on, come on. Hold on, somebody watching me. Well, thankfully, she decided to drive on by without saying anything. Now look at this right here. Oh, might be Roby that is chirping away. Oh, check this out, oh. I don't know, are we ensure that we are decently focused? Oh. It's kind of strange right here. And that's why I don't like recording from this side of the building is because too many rubberneckers, other people that wanna, uh, people. Well, we're over 20 minutes long. Nifty looking triangle right there. Right about these waves. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Some of these people. Oh, there we go.
Here's something you're never gonna hear.
Okay, we are back to recording for a little bit longer at 9:10 p. Oh, it's only 9:10. All right, 9:10 p.m. I am seeing something right back in here, flying across. In between the trees, and that's gone. Whatever that might have been. Yeah, we've got a awful lot of frustration that is kicking off around here amongst the tenants. Basically, it's what I'm always, I guess, complaining about, which is the factor of domination and control. People are really beginning to feel it. And all forms and factors in life. See the lopsided face right there? Our floating emoji? Once again, it's been a busy day, and I am whooped. All right, what else can we? All this is getting covered up. We still have some of these waves here that are visible. Um, Once again, from the balcony. If this was viewable from the balcony, it'd be so much better just because of that extra level of height, which does bring about a whole new playing field. Wow, they're looking pretty radical. Of course, we are, right around that 9:15 mark. So, yeah, we're seeing some strangeness, if you will. And, I might as well go ahead and bring this out, which I have not spoken upon in a long time. When it comes down to sky observations, because of all the strangeness that occurs in the skies, in order to be sky wise, you actually have to develop a sense of sight beyond sight, to where you can actually see within in a different manner than what others are capable of seeing. Much like so-called pareidolia. Yeah, many things out there are classified purely as being pareidolia. But when there's certain faces in the clouds or identifiable shapes to the clouds, to more than just one person, and it kind of grabs your attention right away, well, that is a form of sight beyond sight. See what I mean about all this stuff that has moved up and slowly blocking all this? But then there's times to where what might appear as pareidolia, or purely illusional, once further examined, takes on a whole new meaning to a word known as reality. Yeah, so we are getting to see just a little bit of our pinkness, if you will. So go ahead and, ooh, oh boy, that just kind of caught my attention. Yeah, this spot right in here. Okay. Hmm. This spot right here seemed mighty blurred out for some reason. Oh, go right here. See what I mean? Hmm. think I'm going to head up to the balcony. We are at a half hour in length with this. Excuse me, we shall see. Oh man, getting so tired, I'm having a hard time talking. We'll see what we can. Wow, oh, we're having major. Wow, the whole sky is taking on a completely different color scheme. Just wham, all of a sudden. Yeah, I think I shall wander on. Oh, more than likely it's going to upset a cat, but we shall return. Okay, this is what we were just observing from down below, which is broken up a little bit. But this is what I mean by a slightly different perspective. I don't like the factor of always having peak of the roof in my field of vision, but, well, and so we got the forked tongue, almost looks like an eye right there. Yeah. Nothing in the way of fancy colorations tonight for the most part, so other than that, just a strange looking horizon. It almost looks like, well, panned all the way back, it almost. Uh, wanted to say, what, maybe a giant bird, a dragon, I don't know. We got the beak right here, we got an eyeball right here. Huh. Like I said, I'm getting rather tired, but yeah, let's string of clouds, okay? Let's string of clouds. Hmm. Anyways, yeah, I was, yeah, kind of disappointed that I did not capture that flash, that pop, or whatever, as it was very reminiscent from my May 11th recording. It's amazing I cannot remember what the date is from one day to the next. Sometimes I don't even know the days from one day to the next. Because in my life, everything just kind of rolls into one long day, so it seems. But that is a date that will stick in my mind possibly for a very, very long time. May 11th, 2026. Well, if that doesn't look like a frowny face. No, not brownie, frowny. And I must be getting tired. Because I'm starting to, these clouds are starting to look kind of blackish, Not really reminiscing the puffiness of typical clouds, but, I think my vision is just completely askew from overactivity today. Brain drain, mental fatigue. So yeah, there's just nothing actually strange about clouds at all today. Just people are tired, letting their imaginations run wild. And seriously, um, when you see skyline like this, and you know that the sun has set, which the sun never sets, it never rises, because after all, it's a stationary ball of gas on fire with no oxygen to feed the fire. Oh, no, okay, let's not go down that stupid rabbit hole. There's this thing known as perpetual motion. Well, the sun is in perpetual motion without moving one iota. Even this dead rock and that orbits us is in motion. Right? And it's dead, supposedly. Lifeless, supposedly. Yeah, we have our shiny object off here in the distance. Not sure if we're picking it up at all. Yeah. But so anyways, yeah. Wow, this is looking really blurry right here. Oh, it's all blurring out. Hey, almost, look there. Pan back and we got us a smiley face. Till we zoom in and realize, oh, it's just a bunch of dots in the sky. My. Sky pareidolia. So anyways, yeah, we have nothing else going on out here, okay? Nowhere. Nothing. Everything that we have seen is up to the west around that so-called sunset. Anyways, this is Cowboy out. Have a great one. And if you'd like, you can always visit me once again back here on this flip side of reality. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it being picked up here. Oh yes, okay. It is back here. Lighting's just getting yeah, so all of this is going to fade away. And we'll be left with those dirty looking skies without all of this. More than likely. I don't know. Oh, maybe we're supposed to have rain tonight. I don't know. I don't pay attention to our weather anymore. Yeah, there it is. There's our little light in the sky. You know, it seems like every time that I record it, it's in a different location. Seems to move all over the place. Whatever it is. Anyways, I'm rambling, I'm babbling like a brook. Not Brooke Shields or Brooks and Yarnell. Or a couple of Brooks that I went to school with. Last name and first name. Skyway's out.